why we are here today. Because love has everything to do with it. I want us to pause for a moment to reflect on what our sister Maria had to say. Because Maria represents all of the patients who get their care at Hahnemann Hospital right now. Maria is the essence of why we fight. What's love got to do with it? Everything. Philadelphia, we pause today to let you know that we are here because you are here. We are here because the struggle is here. We are here because the needs are here. We are here because the people are here. We stand in solidarity with you side by side, an ally in the fight to keep this hospital open. Philadelphia, you are the canary in the coal mine when it comes to putting this country on notice that it is a sin and a damn shame that in the United States of America, that any city would have to endure the notion that your hospital will shut down because somebody wants to make their profit on the backs and the necks of the people. We are here because you are here. And when the rainbow mosaic of humanity stands together side by side, we are the biggest force in the universe. We stand strong and tall for what is right, for what is just, and for what is good. Healthcare should never be commodified. We are here because you are here. And I also want to share something that President Woods laid out when I had a chance to talk to him about his union and the workers who serve the patients at Hahnemann Hospital, from the hospitality workers to the tech workers. It's all of us together. And sisters and brothers, I want you to know that if this hospital closes, those workers may lose their pension. It is a sin. It is a sin and a damn shame. The immorality of folks who don't understand that the lifeblood of any city, the lifeblood of a nation, wraps itself around those industries that are designed to serve the people. And Hahnemann Hospital is one of those institutions. We are here because you are here. And I want you to make no mistake that the other side may have more money, but baby, we got the people. People power all day long. And we are fortunate to have in the leadership of Senator Bernie Sanders, who continues to be wherever the needs are, who continues to be wherever the people are. We are here because you are here. I want to fulfill a request before the senator comes up. I had an elder in the audience ask me to tell the three bones. And Philadelphia, I want you to wrap your mind around these three bones: the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. The wishbone will keep us hoping and praying because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. The jawbone will give us courage to speak truth, the power to lift our voices. You see, titles are good, but purpose is better. But the most important bone of them all, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bone, is the backbone, because the backbone will keep us standing through all of our trials and our tribulations. And in this life, we gonna go through some stuff. But we can't have a testimony without a test. And speaking of backbone, to you, the senator that has stood in the ready position for the people not only of the great city of Philadelphia, but all over this country, demanding that Medicare is a human right. He is our champion, and he stands in solidarity with you. Sisters and brothers, put your hands together and let's welcome Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you all. Let me begin by thanking the doctors, the nurses, and all of the staff at Hahnemann for their dedication and for all of the great work they have done year after year after year for the people of Philadelphia. And I want to thank the trade union movement, PASNAP, 1199C, and the other trade unions for their determination to keep this hospital open. Damn right. And I want to thank the elected officials, the governor and his administration, the Attorney General, Mayor Kenny, and the City Council for all of their efforts. And I especially want to thank Maureen May, Chris Woods, Sue Bowles, Councilwoman Helen Jim, and our courageous patient, Marcia Garcia, for their wonderful words. I want to thank all of you. This is a great turnout in a mid-afternoon. Thank all of you very much. The issue that brings us here today is not complicated. At a time when our country faces a major healthcare crisis, when 80 million Americans are either uninsured or underinsured, including tens of thousands of people here in the Philadelphia area, we must be moving forward to guarantee health care to all people as a right. And we should not be talking about shutting down a major hospital and converting that property into hotels or condos or some other real estate opportunity. This is not a complicated issue. It is a question of getting our priorities right. Providing health care to the sick, the elderly, the vulnerable, working families, and the poor is more important than huge profits for an investment banker. This is not a question of economics. This is a question of basic human morality. So today we send a very loud and clear message to Mr. Joel Friedman. The investment banker from Los Angeles. And that message is as simple as one can imagine, and that is, do not shut down this hospital. Work with local officials, work with the unions and the people of this city, and keep this hospital open. In Hahnemann, we are talking, as all of you know, about a hospital that serves some of the most vulnerable people in this city, 2/3 of whom are people of color. We are talking about a hospital whose emergency room sees 50,000 people each and every year. Many of them, by the way, sicker than they should be because they don't get the primary health care that they need. We are talking about a hospital that employs 2,500 dedicated workers and 500 medical residents. We are talking about a hospital that has been a major part of the social fabric of Philadelphia since before the Civil War. You know, we gotta be honest. And when we talk about what is proposed here, we have got to ask some very hard questions. And one of those questions is simple and straightforward. How many people will in fact die if this hospital is shut down? And we say human life is more important than corporate profits. Disgracefully, as all of you know, we have an infant mortality rate in this country which is much too high, and we ask, how much higher will it become if this hospital is shut down? At a time when the mortality rate for women giving birth, especially African American women, is much too high, we ask, how many more mothers will die if this hospital is shut down? As all of you know, the possible closure of Hahnemann has nothing to do with health care. It has everything to do with greed, corporate greed. It is about a national health care system in America which is dysfunctional because its goal is not to provide health care to all people as a right, but is to make as much money as possible for the insurance companies, the drug companies, and in this case, real estate speculators. That is wrong. That is immoral. That is not what this country is about. We believe that health care is a human right, and we're going to fight for a system that is based on human needs, not corporate profits. Health care is not a commodity to be bought and sold to the highest bidder. Healthcare is something that every person in this city, in this state, in this country is entitled to because they are a human being. In the immediate moment where we are right now, we stand in solidarity with doctors, nurses, community groups, and local elected officials who are fighting to save Hahnemann from being destroyed by a real estate speculator. But what we must also understand is that this is not just a Philadelphia issue. It is not just a Vermont issue. It is a national issue. Since 2010, over 100 hospitals in the United States have shut down, and if we do not get our act together and put people before profits, hundreds more will soon be shutting down. Make no mistake about it. If an investment banker like Joel Friedman is able to shut down this, Joel Friedman is able to shut down Hahnemann and make a huge profit by turning this hospital into luxury condos, it will send a signal to every vulture fund on Wall Street that they can do the same thing in community after community after community. We cannot and we will not allow that to happen. And that is why I will be very soon introducing legislation in the Senate to establish a $20 billion emergency trust fund to help states and local communities purchase hospitals that are in financial distress. In my view, anytime a hospital is put up for sale in America, the local community or the state must have the right to buy it first with emergency financial assistance. And I'll tell you what else we're going to do. We're going to end private equity funds from Wall Street vulture from owning hospitals in the first place. And I'll tell you what else we have got to do, and that is the United States must do what every other major country on earth does, and that is guarantee health care to all through a Medicare for all tax-away program. Medicare for all, we are going to invest in healthcare facilities that operate in underserved areas, and we are going to end the culture of corporate greed that is denying healthcare today to tens of millions of Americans. All of you just heard my good friend and colleague, Senator Nina Turner. And Senator Turner has quoted now and in the past the great abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who said, "Power concedes nothing without a demand, without struggle." And today, we are demanding that Hahnemann remains open, we are demanding that health care in this country is a right and that people are entitled to go to first-rate hospitals in the communities that they live.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, this is not a difficult issue. The function of healthcare must be to provide quality care to all people regardless of their income. The function of healthcare is that anybody in this country, urban America, rural America, should be able to walk in to a doctor's office when he or she needs that care. The function of healthcare is to make sure that prescription drugs are affordable and that the pharmaceutical industry does not continue to rip off the American people. Now the insurance companies, the real estate speculators, the drug companies like the status quo. But we've got news for them. That's not what the American people want. The American people are clear that they think healthcare belongs to all of us in a non-profit way. So our job now, here in Philadelphia, in Vermont, and all over this country, is to make it clear to the insurance companies, to the drug companies, to the real estate speculators, enough is enough. We are going to create a Medicare for all single-payer system, and we are going to protect the great hospitals in Philadelphia and throughout this country. Let us stand together.
Philadelphia!
Let us not allow Trump and his friends to divide us up.
Oh!
And when we stand together, we will guarantee health care to all people as a human right. Thank you very much.
Life and what she's done, baby.